Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Champion Cycle. On this episode, we thought we'd help you guys out with a little sound clip and a little quick install recap on a DB silencer exhaust baffle. Little DB killer you install, and it's on a button so you can open and close it at will. So we installed it into this 2023 S1000 single R. A lot of you BMW guys love this exhaust, this Akrapovic exhaust system. And for all of you that know, it's beautiful to look at, but it's god awfully loud. So I understand why our client wanted to install this DB silencer. This DB silencer, now keep in mind guys, we do not do sales pitches for these people. This is literally out of the goodness of our heart. This is the company, DB Silencer. The customer handed it to us. It's dbsilencer.com. They're $250 on clearance. I think it says on their website for $220. Now I will say the bloody box this thing came in looked like I was unboxing a cell phone. Magnetic tabs and all sorts of funny, just honestly half the price of the bloody thing must be the box itself. But yeah, I'm gonna recap for you guys exactly what we did to install this DB silencer. It's electronically controlled, has a butterfly flap that opens and closes. We will fire the bike up and give you guys a sound clip of how it sounds open, how it sounds closed. We also have our trusty sound meter, so we can actually measure the dB, and we will tell you the difference between opened and closed, so you have an idea just how many dBs this will get quieter with the flap closed. Now we'll dive right in, make this a super quick video for you guys. So installation wise, you can buy them in different diameters. If you come on down here, all right, come close, not that close, back up a bit. Thanks Jordan, that was for you. As you guys can see, we've got our full stainless system. The customer brought us I don't remember if this was a 51 mil or what. The actual measurements on the other side, I don't remember now. But it did not fit perfectly weld in to the diameter of the pipe. So we had to cut here, and run a tapered pipe to go bigger to the diameter of the actual baffle. Same thing here. As you can see, we ran a nice taper so it flows a nice flow as opposed to just dropping smaller and bigger and smaller. So it's got a nice taper to it. Don't mind the welds, they're brand new. They haven't had time to bronze yet because we just got this wrapped up for the customer. We mounted this motor. Now keep in mind guys, I myself am not a fan of how ugly and god awfully large this motor is. The problem is because of where this mid pipe goes 2 into 1, we had to mount this system right here where the collector turned into 1. We had to leave a little bit of room to mount our taper. This was the prettiest we could mount the motor. Obviously we could have turned it sideways and the motor would have been gross here. We couldn't mount the motor on the back side because it would hit the swing arm. We could go into craziness and start cutting pipes and modifying and making a collector here, but I mean, who's the hell is gonna do that? We got a good Akrapovic expensive system. Flow should be just right. Last thing we wanna do is abrupt it. I will recap for you guys what we did. So we did the weld, bam, it's installed. Wiring connector goes right back here at the back. We have it all nice and clean. We ran the wire up along our DDC lines, one of our electric DDC lines going to our electronically controlled shock, and we traced that DDC cable. If you can fall in there, see my dirty mechanic's finger touching the wire here. So we just ran the wire all the way up and we traced one of the existing DDC cables, so it's nice and clean and seamless, following all the factory lines. Now, as you guys can see here from the button, there's a lit up button, so we'll turn that. You heard that little listen here again. Let's go ahead and go down here. If you come on down to the motor itself, you can see on, off, on, off. So this is what you're going to want to do. You get the unit, you do your weld. It's actually plug and play. So for the most part, it's super easy to install. You can do this at home in your garage. It'll take as long as you want it to based on how neat and tidy you want to be with the wires. Obviously, we're professionals. We have no choice but to do it super clean. So if you take your seat off, I'll go ahead and remove the seat for you guys to see. We drilled a nice hole clean right here to put our seamless button. It also comes with a mount if you do not want to drill your under tray. It comes with a mount to mount right up here on the handlebar or on this side of the handlebar, just a little tab that drops down. You could put the button right there, and there's enough wire that you could run it through the bike. Obviously, we opted for the cleaner look, so we drilled it in there. Now, if you take a look in here, guys, you'll see there is a bunch of extra wiring. So I rolled it up all nice, put a zip tie into it. This is the wiring that it comes with extra wiring, extra long in case you did want to run it to the front of the bike. We ran ours straight to the back. It goes literally positive to the battery, negative to the battery. Our wires are there. You can see the red one down there. It's just, obviously we chose to do it super clean so you don't even see it, but positive, negative. The other plug goes straight to the back of the actual switch. The other wire goes down to the bottom, plugs into the actual stepper motor itself. Super easy, super simple to install. You can do it yourself. Now let's get right into the sound of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat on because I gotta do it anyway. Now, if you'll hear, I will start the bike. It's about to get loud in here. And then I will go ahead and I will turn it on. You can see right here, the button right now is off. If you turn it on, you see it lit up. Now, for those of you that are worried, you could obviously wire the power to a triggered power or a switched power or a keyed power, however you want to say that. And you can have it work only when the bike is running. For whatever reason, we installed it the way the customer wanted. So take a listen here. Right now, the light is off, so it should be off. Should be loud as all hell right now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn the button on. So that's baffle on. Now we're gonna open it. That's baffle open. Probably the way your bike sounds. Baffle closed. Doesn't sound like much, but I tell you it's a lot. Let's go ahead and see what that would be dB wise, all right? So baffle closed. We're gonna take this over here. So we're gonna set this bad boy to max. So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna give Matt here the actual dB meter. He can stand at the same distance. So go ahead, Matt, put your legs up against the back of the hoist so we know where you're being fair. I'm gonna go ahead and rev right to 4 grand. So we rev to 4 grand and we hit 100 dB of noise. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit the button. We're gonna open it up. All right, guys, so not sure if it's a big enough distance for you, but again, I'm not being employed by the company, so I'm gonna give you the no bullshit answer. Here you go. We rev to 4 grand even with the exhaust open and with their button applied and the flap being closed. We went, as you saw, from 100 dB even to 103.8. Is it worth spending the money on the system, installing it, doing all the welding to your pipe for 3.8 dB? That's for you to decide.